what's up everybody, I'm SuperSonicJB and today I'm doing something really stupid. Today I'm moving around this deck of cards here, and whatever number I pull here is how many sips I take of this bottle of ketchup. Why am I doing this, you may be asking? Well, it's simple. From now on, I'm going to let cards here decide what my life is going to be like. Alright, let's go ahead and pull a card here, and now I'll decide how many sips we take of that bottle of ketchup. A. Wait, is A a number? I don't remember learning that in kindergarten. This is what I get for betting everything on cards. I mean, just look at Sonic Shuffle. You do that all the time in that game. Everyone loves a good party game, right? Going toe-to-toe against family and friends in a game where you're probably rage at is always a good time. The party game genre became huge back in N64 days when the Mario Party series came out. This series was a massive success, and ever since then, the party game genre became really popular. It definitely reached its peak during the Wii era though, since there were tons, and I mean tons, party games released on it. Sure, a bunch of the Wii party games were shovelware, but people were buying them like crazy. I mean, who wouldn't want to buy Shrek's Carnival Craze?
Yeah, well if you're happy, then I guess it wasn't so bad.
Here's the thing though, besides Mario Party, there were some other party games released back in the day before the Wii was a thing. And one of those games was this one called Sonic Shuffle. This was a party game released back in 2000, exclusively for the Sega Dreamcast. And trust me, when I say exclusively, I definitely mean it, because yeah, this game never got released on any other consoles, and over time, everyone just kind of forgot about this game. I mean, it didn't help that the game received such poor reviews, but was it really that bad? I mean, it was made by Hudson Soft, who made the Mario Party games, so clearly it had to be good, right? I mean, if Mario can party, then clearly Sonic can, right? Right? Okay, I've been saying right way too much. I practically need to make a left turn to help me feel better. So anyways, today I want to take a look at Sonic Shuffle and see if it truly deserves all the hate it got. So let's go ahead and take a look at Sonic Shuffle on a Dreamcast. Well, I'm using an emulator to play it, so yeah. Okay, let's start. So Sonic Shuffle starts off with a nice CGI cutscene. And I'll admit, I like it. It looks nice. And you can clearly tell this game has a fetish for cards, because wow, they're shown everywhere in this opening cutscene. Also, this main menu screen looks good, but wow, is the music here just kinda lame. Like, this is supposed to be a Sonic game, which means the music is supposed to be awesome and hype, but this music here is just kinda bad. So this game has a story mode, which isn't super common in a lot of party games. I mean, the closest thing to a story mode in most party games is an NPC being like, "Hey there stranger, welcome to Board Game World, where we play a lot of board games and have a lot of fun. Okay, go have fun!" There's also a versus mode where you can face off against other players or CPUs, tutorial mode where you learn how the game plays, and even a Sonic Room mode? Is that safe for work?
Here I come!
You know what? Screw it. I want to know what this mode is like. This is a little awkward. I mean, I didn't even know Sonic had a house in the first place. Actually, now I think about it, he technically did have a house in Sonic Labyrinth. But you know.
We don't speak of that game.
This house just looks so boring, and what the heck is Tails doing in the backyard there?
Alright!
So apparently this room is just a hub, and you can get other items to decorate your room as you play through the game's story. You can view a gallery, listen to some music, and stare into Sonic's soul as he just sits there doing nothing. Yeah, this mode is really boring, so let's move on and talk about the game's story mode. It starts off with a character select, so I guess I'll just go with Sonic for now. Also, yes, these four are the only playable characters in the entire game, which kinda sucks. I know at this point in time there wasn't as many Sonic characters, but still, only 4 characters in a party game is so lame. Look, it's so lame everyone fell asleep! So the story starts off with Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy falling through a random magic portal and appearing in some unknown location. And this weird looking fairy thing appears out of nowhere, and Sonic is a little too excited to see her. Yeah, he just did this sexy whistle to that chick. And it's still better than Sally Acorn. So it turns out her name is Lumina, and she has summoned us here to this place, known as Imaginary World, which is apparently a world created from the dreams of people from other dimensions. The place we're inside of is called the Temple of Light, and it's the place where this thing called the Precious Stone was located. Also, this Precious Stone created this world. Somehow. But now it's apparently been shattered to pieces. But it's also been stolen by its darkness of Void. Make up your mind, game. Was it stolen or shattered? So this evil guy named Void is using his darkness powers to destroy parts of Imaginary World until there's nothing left. So Lumina asks us for our help in gathering the pieces of the Precious Stone.
Well, I've got nothing better to do.
So yeah, Sonic and the gang agreed to help her out. He ends up teleporting us to Emerald Coast, you know, level from Sonic Adventure.
Come on, Willie, I I know you can do it, boy! I know you can jump this wall! Come on, I believe in you, Willie!
What's that?
It's frozen!
So apparently Void has covered this world in ice, but if we get the Precious Stone back, it should go back to normal. And now we finally get to start playing the game. Okay, let me just say a few things first. For one, I gotta say, the story in this game is so boring. It's kind of generic and predictable at times, and these cutscenes are kind of cringy to watch. Plus, lots of the voice acting in this game just sounds off.
This is the Temple of Light. This is where the Precious Stone was. It's the crystal that created this world.
What is this place?
Please return, Goddess Illumina.
Boy, stop tormenting Lumina!
I didn't torment anybody. Nobody can torment me.
Also, yeah, the graphics and animations look pretty bad too, not gonna lie. But who knows, maybe the gameplay is better. Well, newsflash, it's not. So how this game works is you play on a board game-like stage, and your goal is to travel across the board and collect as many precious stones as possible. Sort of like how in Mario Party you travel across the board collecting stars. In this game though, you don't use dice to move. No, you use cards, which all have random numbers on them. You can select any of the cards in your deck to move, and you can get up to 7 cards at a time. However, you can also select cards from another person's deck, and you can use them to move. But you can't see the numbers on the other player's decks, so you could easily risk pulling a lower number card. There's also cards that let you steal other players' cards, as well as swap hands with other players, and there's one that lets you move from 1 space to 7, but it's decided by a slot machine. There's also a card that can summon Dr. Eggman, who will steal players' rings or swap characters' positions on the board. The boards have a decent amount of unique spaces to land. Most of the time, you'll be landing on ring spaces that will give or take away rings from you. And these rings can be used to purchase power-ups that'll help you during the game. There's battle spaces where you fight an enemy and have to draw a card with a higher number in order to win the Precious Stone. Yeah, these battle spaces kinda suck, because if you lose, you pretty much wasted your time and will have to lose a turn. These battles aren't even fun to watch, they're just like, I choose a 5! Ah, crap, you got a higher number card than me. Well, guess I lose my turn. And now, I have a 9 myself! I'm so sorry, Monica, please forgive me. Then there's these mini event spaces where one player is in an interactive cutscene where they'll usually need to make a decision that can get them some rings. These mini events are pretty much pointless. They only involve one player, and sometimes you don't even get any rings at all. No, the game will just waste your time here, which is very irritating. Hey man, give me back my wallet! Has the time come? Are you talking about death or something? Well, after playing through this game, I can definitely say, yes, the time is near. Finally, there's the minigame spaces, which makes everyone play a minigame. Yeah, you know how in Mario Party, after everyone's turn is over, you get to play a minigame? Well, in this game, you have to land on a minigame space in order to play one, which is kinda strange. There's around 50 minigames in total, and they're okay, but nothing to write home about. Like this one, where you're riding these tanks, which I never thought I'd see Sonic the Hedgehog driving a tank, but hey, this is the same dude who becomes the king in the comics, so who am I to judge? Anyways, in this minigame, you drive tanks across the stage and have to shoot down your opponents until their health is gone. It's alright, but the controls aren't really the best here, because moving the tank is just plain awful. Also, Eggman sometimes appears and throws bombs on the stage, and he constantly says, "Oh yeah! Oh yeah!" Man, what is with Sonic games and making Eggman say the same lines over and over again?
Stop saying dumbass things! You're not even making sense!
Get a load of this! No way! I can't believe this! You know what they say, the more the merrier!
Then there's this mini game where Eggman puts a can of soda that he choked in a vending machine, and you have to choose any of the safe cans in order to win. Yeah, this minigame is all RNG, and it's kind of a dumb idea for a minigame anyways. Then there's these slot machine games, and they are boring. And then there's this game of darts, and that's also boring. Then there's this game of red light, green light, and oh boy, did this minigame feel unfair. Then you got a cowboy minigame where you shoot down some bad guy signs, and honestly with this one, your best option is to just shoot everywhere. And of course, who could forget this music one that probably was inspired from Sonic Underground, where you mash buttons and the characters glitch out on screen whenever it's their turn to play. Now that one was a total piece of garbage. I'd probably have to say my favorite minigame here was Tag, but even that game wasn't that great. There's also some 1v3 minigames, and these are not balanced at all. the one player is incredibly OP in these games, which makes these super frustrating. So yeah, overall I'd say I'm not that big of a fan of the minigames here. Honestly, the biggest issue I have with this game isn't the lame minigames or story. No, the main issue I have here is the waiting. When you play this game, there's so many times where you'll just be sitting there waiting. First off, the loading screens themselves last a pretty good amount of time. And they're everywhere too, so you're ready to see this screen a lot. And it's not just the loading screens where you wait, no. There's waiting everywhere in this game. Mini event happens, you wait. Unskippable cutscenes happen, you wait. Entering a battle, you wait. Yeah, there is way too much waiting in this game. If this was a classic 2D Sonic game, Sonic would jump out of the screen and kill himself because of all the waiting. And then there's some music, which is just straight up forgettable and lame. Other Sonic spin-offs have had great soundtracks, but this one is just plain bad. And really, that's all I have to say about this game. So yeah, in the end, I did not like Sonic Shuffle that much. The gameplay was boring, the story was trash, the graphics and textures looked like crap, and all the excess waiting drove me nuts. After playing through this game, I can kinda understand why this game never got re-released on any other consoles. Although I guess it kinda inspired multiplayer mode in Sonic and Secret Rings, but you know, that game also sucks. Huh, maybe that's why they never re-released this game on any other systems. Well, that was Sonic Shuffle on the Dreamcast, and yeah, it wasn't that great. I feel like a party game with Sonic characters has a lot of potential, but it did not work out that well in that game. Nor did it work out that well in Sonic and the Secret Rings. I mean, even the creators of the old school Mario Party games could not really make this game a success. Well, at least after playing through that game, I learned something, and that is to never bet everything on the cards. Why is that, you may be asking? Because ketchup tastes horrible.